Alright guys, I'm back at it. I'm working on YouTube. We're a month before Drift Week and we've got a lot of work to do. I'm going to give you guys a rundown of what's going on, what we have to do to get ready for Drift Week, and kind of how tight the timeline is. I originally had planned to take a JZX90 on Drift Week. I've been planning on that for a long time, and last minute, because of our time constraints and a few other things, I've decided to take an S13. S13 is definitely more my style. It's a car that I like, I'm more comfortable with. This car that I'm taking, I've been driving it a little bit lately, and I really like it. It's fun to drive, it's set up really well, and I'm just like really excited about taking a two-door, two-seat car on this trip as opposed to last time we took a four-door, a lot more comfortable. This car is not going to be nearly as comfortable, but it's going to be fast, it should be very reliable, and it's going to drive really good at all the tracks. This time I'm more focused on driving. Last time I was more worried about the trip and making the trip and all that. This time I'm not concerned about that as much. We're not taking a trailer, but I want to focus more on really good drifting and getting good content of the driving part of things. So that's what's going on. I'll show you guys the car in a minute. But aside from that, I'm also responsible for building a car for Rui Pinto. He's one of my Portuguese friends, and he's driving an S13 JZ car. Being as he's in Portugal, I made an agreement with him to get this car ready and build it. And yeah, we got about a month left, and so I have to get two cars ready, which, like I said, is one of the reasons why I chose to take an S13 for myself, because I've got one that's already ready to go. It's not that one. No, not that one. This one's not far from it. But this car is going to be sick. It's a really clean coupe chassis. It has a 1JZ, not pictured. CDO9, also not pictured. Coilovers, whatever. It's got a half cage. It should be an easy car to build. It's kind of a cookie cutter recipe around here at our shop. We're able to do these JZ13s pretty well. We've got it figured out. 1 month to finish this car. And so I'm going to document the process, because I don't think it's going to be very hard. It's going to be a lot of work for sure. But step one that I'm going to start working on is the paint job. That will probably be in the next video. This video is just kind of a rundown of what's going on. So let me walk you over to the car that I'm going to be taking, and I'll tell you about that. This car is one that we built for a customer, and then he drove it for a while. We did work to it on several occasions, and then he decided to get rid of it, and I was able to get my hands on it. And I had no idea how good of a car it was, because I hadn't really drifted it. This is an S13. It's actually got some history. This car, focus here. This car belonged to Sky, and then Mike Fulkerson. I think it was in that order. I think Mike bought it from Sky. Anyways, it's been around since I was into drifting, like when I was getting into it in Utah 10 years ago, maybe. And it made its way around and then made its way back. When I got it, it didn't look like this. It had all panels like this in that color. I took some panels off my other cars to go to No Coast to spice it up a little bit. It's definitely haggard looking, but I know with a little bit of TLC I can make the body look really good, and that's my main focus for this trip, because under the hood is solid. Suspension, steering, solid. Inside, do a little bit of work to that to make it comfortable for the trip, and some suspension arms, but mechanically this car is like 80%, 90% there. Really all I have to focus on in this month is getting it to look good and making it somewhat reliable for the trip. So that's kind of the path of least resistance for me, because it's already running, driving. It's going to be a lot less work. This over here is the JZX90 that we were going to take. It's a JZX90 Cresta This car's gonna be super cool. We're still gonna finish it, but just not in time for this trip. We're gonna do N-style flares on it. It's got a wing. It's got skirts and a rear lip. One of the reasons we decided not to do it is I didn't order a front lip in time. So to drive this car with a stock front bumper and no lip and then all the rest of the kit, it just wouldn't work out very well. It's got a VVTi 1JZ, 1.5 JZ, aftermarket ECU, a bunch of the goodies. It's going to be a really cool car. Another thing is I don't really want to beat on it. I don't want to destroy it aesthetically, right? If we put a bunch of work into making the body nice, I would like to keep it nice and make it a nice JZX90. If someone hit a door on this trip, I would be just devastated. So that's the status of this thing. That's the status of that thing. What else can I talk about? Yeah, I've been out of YouTube for a while. In the meantime, since enough of you guys watched my videos from the last Drift Week, my YouTube channel just popped up one day. I hadn't made a video in about 2 months, and it said, hey, you're now monetized. And I was like, oh, I guess that's cool. I'm monetized now. And I hadn't made any videos, and I haven't made one since. So this is kind of me getting back into it. The Drift Week has motivated me to work harder about it. One other thing about Drift Week is I do not have a co-pilot yet. I had a few people lined up that they were not able to get away for almost a full month for this Drift month. So I put some feelers out. I think I've got someone in the works right now, a media guy that can help me to get some better footage out of the car, in-car, and to just help overall with the content side of things, which I'm not really good at. I learned a lot on the last trip, but I'm still not proficient. So, yeah. So I'm gonna leave that at that for this video. What are we at? 7 minutes. So thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned because I'm gonna keep up with the shop build side of things, getting ready for Drift Week. Oh yeah, look at this thing. I don't think I showed you guys this, but I got a chaser. I should probably make a video about that. That's a cool car. Anyways, again, like, subscribe, do that stuff that I'm not very good at asking for, but it kind of keeps me motivated to make more videos and keep this channel going. So thank you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Out.